Hey, Free Me Fridays. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining Coach Dre. Free Me Fridays. Yes, 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 yes. This is another mental B12 shot. Sip on Fridays. Let's be free. Let's be free. So I try to bring something that is uplifting, something that's going to give you a B12 shot in your mental uh, cranium, in your brain. So I'm excited about today. Let's get right to this. Being successfully single until the right one comes along. Wow. Whew. That could be a long wait. Mm. That could be a long wait. Mm. That means we could have been through a whole lot of trials. What I mean by trials is relationships that you thought was the right one, but then for whatever reason didn't turn out the right one to be the right one. That could have been due to yourself, could have been due to them, could have been due to some form of circumstances. Good morning, Shante. So who knows? But that road of finding that right one, because whenever we get with that right one, especially if you've been married before, you believe that was the right one because you wouldn't have said I do if you didn't. And how about this side piece to that? They really could have been the right one, but maybe immaturity. Good morning, honey. Maybe they could have been the right one, but immaturity could have messed it up. Maybe your own inner demons could have messed it up. Selfishness, who knows? Things not dealt with. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know. But let's get to this. All right. So there's a whole lottery of people in this world. We see them, we interact, people near, people far. You relocate, you meet people, right? Now that we have social media, you meet people DMing you in your box, your messenger or your Instagram or whatever the case may be, TikTok, Twitter, anything else is out there, right? So there's a whole random lottery of people that is out there. So love is it can be risky business, right? You extend yourself, start to feel each other, starting to like each other. You start to share more. Your souls begin to intertwine. Could be physically, which is normally number one after you get to know one another based on your physical desperate desires. Could be spiritually intertwined, talking about God, praying together with God. Your souls are intertwining. Okay, just mentally, just sharing life and becoming accustomed with just having conversation every day. These things intertwine, your souls intertwine, where you become. Remember yesterday I was talking about uh, waiting around for them to call you. So when your souls begin to intertwine and there becomes a habit of communicating, that really falls into like what we talked about yesterday, because then you make you make your plans around communicating with this person or that person, right? All right. So it's risky business. So love is supposed to be a beautiful feeling with lots of happy thoughts. When people say, "Oh, I just noticed there's a glow about you, girl. What's going on, man? What's up with you, man? What's up with you, Dre? You all happy now?" And I will always be happy, but you know what I'm saying. And these happy thoughts are emanating from the whole package of what? Of being in love. Who don't want to be in love? So why is finding true love, considered a difficult challenge? Hmm. So is finding love really so hard? Or do we just make it hard? Hmm? Do we make it hard? But honestly, finding love is not hard, but sometimes it just takes a long time to find it. And that's really pretty much what it is. It just takes a long time to find it. So if you are single now, currently present, I'm going to help you today. And I'm sure that you would share this with your other single friends. Because after I tell you what I tell you, you might stay single a little while longer. And let me put this out there. It's not in my notes. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with being single. Nada. Trust me. Ain't nothing wrong with being single. And when I tell you these 5, you like, you know what? He right. Ain't nothing wrong. This is my weekend. Let me go do me. All right? About to help you. You might ask for my Cash App later. My PayPal. So, number 1, you ready? You are independent. Number 1, you are independent. Not codependent, independent. You are independent. Basically, you can do what you want when you want. Can't do that when you're married. Can't do that when you're in love. Basically, you do what you want when you want. You don't have to wait. You don't have to ask. You can just go. Toodles, bye. I'm going here. I'm going there. You can just do it. You know what? I feel like going to Vegas for the weekend. You don't have to ask permission. Nothing. You can do girls' trips, fellas' trips, whatever trips you want to take. You can do these things. Why? Because you are independent. Number 1. Independent. You don't have to check in. Now, you may want to, if you want to let family know where I'm going, where you're going or whatever, that's cool. They should know in case something happens. But you ain't got to ask permission. You don't have to ask it's okay. You don't have to ask, well, honey, how much money in the bank? Because I want to take a trip or I want to buy this. And no, you got to do none of that. Do you hear me? Scrappy said, you feel me? You feel me? You are independent. Hope I can spell this morning. You are independent. Number two, you have more time. Number 2, you have more time. I love it. You have more time. What are you talking about? I'm about to tell you. Want to go to the gym? Want to join a hiking club? Want to play instrument? You can watch your favorite movie for the 10th time, 15th time. You want to take a course? Want to learn a new hobby? What's stopping you? Absolutely nothing. I think one of the problems, and I'm hearing this in my spirit, is that those of us that are in relationships, we didn't do singleness right. We didn't do singleness right. Some of us, until we got to learn what it's like to be single and enjoy singleness, but some of us were in a constant rotation of relationships. So we never experienced what singleness really is. The joys of what I'm talking about, the joys of being independent. If you're always in a relationship, you don't know what it's like to be independent. You're constantly enjoying what it's like to be dependent or having a dependent, if you're a man, having a dependent or dependence. You never enjoy what it's like to be single. Mm-mm. Don't like being alone. Haven't taken the time to find out who you really are. If you're always bouncing from one relationship to another, so you can find yourself with multiple personalities. Because if you keep cycling through one relationship after another, then your soul is entangled with all these different people, and you haven't taken the time to disengage them from your soul, your mind, your will, your intellect, your emotions. You haven't done that. All right, let me get off that. All right. All right, y'all ready for number 3? Did I read all of them? Yeah. You got more time. You have more time. Watch this. You don't have to deal with another's personal habits. You don't have to deal with another person's personal habits when you're independent, living single, living on your own, not with anybody else. You don't have to deal with nobody's habits but your own. And you might not even like dealing with your own habits, if you're honest with yourself. You can sleep without listening to somebody else's snoring or them hogging the blankets. The bed is all yours. Whether you want to sleep with clothes on, clothes off, don't matter. Whether you want to sleep with blankets, whether you want to sleep on top of the bed, in the bed, whatever. Whether you want to sleep side, it doesn't matter. You don't have to deal with nobody's habits. You don't have to deal with anybody telling you it's time to go to bed. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. Nobody's personal habits. Because nobody cares. You don't have to. That's the part about successfully being single. These are some things you don't have to deal with. You don't have to pick up after anyone but yourself. And if you don't feel like doing it today, you can do it tomorrow. But it's just you. It's just you. Your habits. The things that you know that you need to work, but they're yours. Nobody's coming in your home expecting you. All right? Give your patients a well-needed break, because when you're cohabitating into hopefully a marriage, right, you have to have patience. You have to have endurance. You have to tolerate. There's some things you really may have to tolerate. Not so much in a negative way, but just the point that this is who they are. This is some of the things that you inherited. Now, if there's some things that really bother you, then you should address them. But people come with their own ways, just like you have your own ways. But when you're independent, you ain't got to be patient with nobody. You don't have to. You don't have to deal with anybody over watching you, whether you're doing this or whether you're doing that. You're independent. You're free. Because when you're independent, say you can set your house up the way you want to. You don't have to worry about if anybody like how you got your dishes in the cupboard. How you got stuff rearranged. You don't have to worry because that's how you want it. But when you begin to cohabitate, things change. Now you have to decide what's a big deal to you, what's not. What's worth discussing, what ain't no big deal. All right? That's a big one. It's a big one. You have to deal with nobody's habits but your own. Number 4, hope I'm helping you. This kind of goes with some of the other ones here. You can be spontaneous. That's right. You can be spontaneous. Everybody's not spontaneous. You can be spontaneous. You can be daring. Do what you want, when you want to, and who cares if you don't get to dinner till midnight? Who cares when you eat dinner? Who cares when you get up if you don't have to get up early in the morning? Who cares when you take a nap? You can be spontaneous. You can just, I feel like going to the movies. Jump up and go. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about other people's opinions unless you're the type that just tell everybody everything you're doing. But you can be spontaneous. You can. There's nothing stopping you. You are single. You're single. You can do these things. Do something out of the ordinary. Why? Because you can be spontaneous. You don't have to get permission. You have total freedom, ladies and gentlemen. You have total freedom to be spontaneous. I don't understand how single people don't know how to enjoy themselves and go out to dinner. Why you have to have somebody go out to dinner with? For what? You don't have to. Enjoy that part of just being with you. That you are your best company. Buy yourself, you be spontaneous, buy yourself something new. You don't have to worry about the family budget. You know what you have, you know what you can do, whatever. You can be spontaneous. Right. No one taught us about how to be successfully single. No one taught us how to really enjoy what you have before, quote unquote, you get tied down. Enjoy. And then here's the problem that people that are in, you don't want to be in a relationship. You don't want to get married. No one said marriage is a necessity. I know man should not be alone. He was the only man. There was no other species like him. So God made a helpmeet. He made someone he could communicate with. He was tired of being Dr. Dolittle. But nowhere does it say that you have to be married. If you can't control your sexual urges, then I suggest you ask God to help and send them to you. Because you don't want to die in your sin. You don't want to die as a fornicator because you will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. And that's Bible. Okay. But then that's a problem too. Oh my God. What time is it? Okay. That's a problem too, because we're getting married. Let me talk to the safe. We're getting married because we're tired of falling in between the sheets. And we know it's not right. And we know we want to do right. And we know that God's not pleased. So we're getting married just because sex. But how about maybe it's a habit that you need to get under control? Maybe you don't know how to manage your desires and bring them under subjection until it's time for you to have sex the way God has created it to be, between a husband and wife. Yes, they do. Yeah. It may not be in the forefront of their mind, but when you're dating or you're courting, whatever, courtship or whatever, and y'all talking about marriage, and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing everything but having, you're not legally, according to God's eyes, able to have sex, but you're having it. How long are you two going to constantly burn together? So what is so we need to hurry up and do this so we can make this right. And make this right in God's eyes. I'm saying many people do that. Many people are getting married so that they're tired, because they're tired of sinning. They done tasted the tree, tired of being convicted, tired of doing wrong. They know they're going to be together. So if you already test drove the car and everything else, you're going to keep test driving it, then y'all must be going to get married. Because God's not pleased by having one night, one weekends, rendezvous, and all that other stuff, and it's wrong. Galatians 5 says that fornicators and adulterers should not inherit the kingdom of heaven. Those who practice such things. So anyway, maybe that's something you may pop up and talk about today. I don't know. So yeah, this is your freedom to be spontaneous. Okay. So even going, just double back real quick, even with that, some people, and everybody's reality of their relationship with God and obeying God and his commands are different. Right. Don't let that be your number one reason. Do not. Because after a while, you got to communicate. After a while, you got to talk about bills. You got to do this. You got to do that. Sex is an enjoyable thing, but it only lasts for so long. You still got a whole lot of hours to deal with one another. Anyway, last one, number 5. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, I love this. Can't spell. Did I spell that right? Yeah, I did. All right, you can focus on your career. You focus on your career. You can focus on your education. You can focus. Shantae, this might be stuff you can use tonight. I have no idea with your singles ministry. But anyway, you can focus on that and not have those interruptions. Yes, it is. Okay? You can focus on your career. Then you can, if you want to be consumed with a relationship and having kids and all, but Get established. Be established. Because once your career, you're working on your career, you're building your career, and you're having your independence, you can be this. It makes being spontaneous more easy, having more time and everything else, because financially you have acquired what you need to do the things that you've been working so hard to do. I have a first cousin. He didn't get married. I don't think. Oh, he didn't have kids. So he was in his 40s, but he traveled. Great job. All these things. He lived his singleness. He lived it. And we joke. By the time his kids graduate, he'll probably be walking with a cane or in a wheelchair. And I got grandchildren already. So. But he has his career. So he planned it out. And his wife, you know what I'm saying? They worked these, and this is what it was. Right. You're only married until you're married. Single, you're single, period. If you didn't say I do, you're single. While you're dating, courting, you're still single. Now you may take yourself off the market if you're in a relationship or something, and something's going a certain way, but you're still single. According to the laws of the land, you're still single. Okay? So when you focus on your career, you can channel all your energy into your work. You can channel it all in your schooling. Without a relationship, you have a lot more time. You can stay after work. You can get ahead. There's a whole lot of things. You ain't got to hurry up, get off work. Oh, now I got to rush home. Now I got to find out what's for dinner. It's just so much more stuff you do when you're married, or even if you're in a serious relationship, because then all these things come into play. See, even when you're in a serious relationship, like Coach A said, you're still single, but if you're committed in this relationship, then you're going to do things like couples do. And based on the relationship, based on the understanding of both people, your independence may be hindered. Because you're single, you're in a committed relationship. Are you able to do the things that are listed in 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5? Are you able to do those things? And are you able to do these things with the one that you're committed with, and there's no issues? For the most part, no. But if you found someone who's enjoying their independence, your independence, y'all talking, working, y'all digging each other and all this other stuff, but if both of y'all know that our careers is first, getting what we need to get, then maybe that could be okay. I don't know. All right, so put in those extra hours and impress your boss, or take on new projects. You can do. Matter of fact, you can even have, when you're independent and you're single, you can even have a job where you can travel. You can have a job, you can travel. Be gone for weeks, be gone here, there. You can have those type of jobs. So you're interviewing for a job. Can you travel? Are you free to travel? Independent? Yes. Married? Possibility, based on the relationship. So there you have it. That's all I have for you. Being successfully single until the right one comes along. Enjoy yourself. Free Me Fridays. I'm trying to help you singles. Even if you're in a relationship, maybe this would jar something. Like, oh, hold on, Coach Dre, right? I ain't married. I don't. Hold on, let me rethink this thing. Let me rethink this. This is, oh my God, okay. This is how we end up losing ourselves. This is how we're losing. I lost myself in the relationship. Before I got in this, I was doing all these things. Now you got sucked up in this vacuum of love, or maybe you were obsessed with being in love, or whatever the case is, and now you've lost yourself, and you lost your independence, you lost your spontaneity, you lost all these things for love. Oh, I want to be in love. And then you end up and have regrets because you didn't finish your schooling, because you didn't do this, because you didn't do that. Yeah, all those things. You start having regrets. My mind. And it's hard. And they say it's undoable, but it's hard to, what's the word I want to say? It's hard to build a career when you're in a relationship. Because building a career is time, it's sacrifices. You can't sacrifice something if you don't have the availability to sacrifice because you have other obligations. You know. So to those of you that are married, don't be wishing again that you were single. It is what it is. Enjoy your marriage, enjoy your partner, enjoy your rib. Fellas, enjoy your rib. Okay. So that's all I have for Free Me Fridays. Being successfully single until the right one comes along. Number one, you are independent. Number two, you have more time. Number three, you don't have to deal with another person's habits. Hello, somebody. You don't have to deal with them. You can be spontaneous. You can focus on your career. Now, watch this. Going back to personal habits. Say you're dating or whatever, and they stay the night for the weekend, or they stay the night or whatever, and you start to see them do some things. You're like, oh no, oh no, not here. Now let's be honest, we do. We dating, and they want to stay the night, or you go and stay the night, whatever. But when it's your own crib and you start, oh no, because even then, yeah, and I'm being interested. Even he's like, oh my God, they got to go. They got to go. And it may not even be the fact that they done something wrong. Your independence is being invaded. Yes, I want to spend time. Oh no, no, they can't stay the night. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Because I'm not ready to share my bed. I'm not ready to sleep on a particular side because they're used to sleeping on a particular side. Y'all not hearing me today. I got you got to make things comfortable for them, and you want them to feel at home. No, no, no. Don't want them to feel at home. You want them to feel uncomfortable so they can go back home. And you can enjoy being successfully single. I'm being silly. I'm going to go. But you guys have a great, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe. Love on you. Last Friday, we talked about putting yourself first. Put yourself first this weekend. All right. If you never put yourself first, it's been a long time putting yourself first. Put yourself first starting right now on Free Me Fridays. Right. Free Me Fridays. All right. Let's do it. Singles, I'm pulling for you. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm pulling for you. Go get it done. Free yourself. Enjoy singleness. One thing about being single, if you really take a constant look at yourself, you really get to see what you like about you and what you don't like about you. And that's the freedom of working on the things that you don't like about you. Because once you get in a relationship, you're working on the things you don't like about you. You listening to your partner about what the things that irritate them about what you do. And then you dealing with their stuff that you don't like about them. Oh my God, it's just like, oh, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool. Oh my God. Oh, all right, I'm up. See, this is my B12 too. It wakes me up in the morning, gets my day going. So, all right, I will see you guys Monday morning, 7 a.m. Oh, she's going live. She's gonna do a special midday moment today. Normally she don't do Fridays. She doesn't do Mondays. Midday moment, she does them Tuesday through Thursday. Tuesday through Thursday, 12 noon, midday, Eastern Standard Time. Also, join our ministry. Join the Gatekeepers Ministry. Don't speak in tongues right now. Join the Gatekeepers Ministry this Sunday, 3 p.m. in person and online. If you're in the metropolitan area of Detroit, you can come to Mount Clemens, Michigan. See us at 3 p.m. There is a word. Man, oh man, I'm ready to release this because this has been a week. It's been months. It's past 4 or 5 months. But there is something that's brewing in my belly. Glory be to God. And I'm so grateful. Well, she got something for the singles today. She gonna be preaching. She ain't gonna coach. I coach, she preach. Different way of delivery. So, but this Sunday, join us. 91 Welch Street. It's inside Covenant Christian Center International Church. The church is a school. Do not look for a typical church building. It's on the corner of Welch and Gallup. Meet us there. Meet us online. Wow. Meet us online. I'm so encouraged right now. I have no idea. So let's do that there. Then not only Monday, join me back at 7 a.m. for your mental B12 shot, but also 7:30 p.m. The A team is back. New day, new time. We're going to be rocking and rolling. We're going to have our subject. We're just going to fly with it. We're going to have fun. Okay? And our gathering is coming. If you want to be part of the gathering that we're having, it's going to be July. We're meeting on July 6th, with a Thursday. We're kicking off July 7th with the Friday, July 8th. So July 7th and 8th in the mornings, we're having morning glory. We're coming in. There's going to be a word of exaltation, worship, prayer, intercession, all those things. 9 o'clock, the first teacher comes up. Hour later, the next teacher, and then we're done for that day. We're going to come back. We're going to do worship and word. All that is getting before God's presence. We're going to worship. We're going to praise him. We're going to hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. We're going to release the word. Okay? If you want to be a part, you want to come in, we do have hotel rooms that are already booked under the Gatekeepers. So if you want to come in from out of town or whatever, get with us, okay? So that we can, Pastor Angela Harris Fullwood, or Pastor Andre D. Fullwood, not Pastor, Andre D. Fullwood on Facebook. If you're searching for us, that's how you can find us. But that's coming up. Man, it's coming up soon, almost a month away. So we got people flying in from over out of town, driving out of town. We're going to have a great time on the 8th, that evening. We're having a gala. We're going to, you can get sugar sharp, put on the nines, ladies, get your eyelashes. Don't have them so long where they pass your nose. But anyway, that's a personal thing with me. But anyway, don't worry about that. So we're going to have a good time. My brother, Apostle James, is going to bring a word. He's not a long preacher, teacher. He's a great teacher. but he don't labor long. We're gonna have some fun. We're going to have some fun. So that's the weekend of July. It's right after the 4th of July. So the weekend after the 4th of July, and we're gonna have a great time. So if you want to be a part of that, fine. If you also, I know this is my coaching platform, but yet if you're looking for a place to be mentored, if you want to looking for a place to be taught, trained, equipped, and sent out, then this is the ministry, the Gatekeepers Ministry. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta get ready for work. I feel like having some watermelon for breakfast, and I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Remember this. You have a beautiful mind, and it would be terrible to waste. Don't waste yours. Don't waste yours. All right. This is your Master Mindset Coach, Coach Dre. Love you guys. Be safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Join us Sunday, 3 p.m. All right.